On this week's episode of One Up Me, Sony has their second state of play, and a U.S. senator is looking to shut down a child gambling ring. Enjoy the show.
What is going on, Jordan?
Well, I've had a good week, but I feel like it's been like a bunch of weeks put together because I finally did some packing, and I have a lot of stuff. Like just because
I mean, you really don't realize how much stuff you have until you until you move. It's kind of like when you come back from a vacation and you always have more stuff,
exactly
than when you left your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. So I was, I packed up all the, well, not the important, well, yeah, I guess the important stuff. Obviously, still have my clothes and stuff out. But everything that I'm not currently using is pretty much packed away, ready to just, be put away and stuff. And I was sitting there thinking, I put in my 2 weeks, or I guess 3 weeks notice at work, which was, I did it during
Are they still, delusional about you not leaving?
Yes, they are. I did it during the meeting we were having at work. We have a meeting before every day at work. And I sent them the email, and they were like, "What the F, man? You sent it right now?" I was like,
you were like on your phone and you sent it?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, we had a conversation before this meeting. You said you needed an email. I will probably forget to send you the email, so I just did it now."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, I was just doing what you told me. You didn't tell me when to send the email."
What are you going to do, fire me? Please don't fire me. I need 3 weeks of pay.
Yeah, I mean, I do get paid relatively well for what I do.
I mean, that's more notice. I feel like I'm speaking loudly. That's more notice than That's more notice than I've probably ever given.
Well, if they would have listened to me openly talk about moving for a year, I've been giving them a year notice.
Hint, wink, wink.
Exactly.
Nudge.
Yeah. One of my managers came to me the other week and was like, "You're moving?" And I was like, "I've literally been talking about moving for a year. Like, how have you not?" But whatever, because we're pretty all close, tight knit people. Like, we don't go hang out a lot or whatever. But it's just everybody. We all talk to each other.
Yeah. I always I used to work at Panera Bread, and a lot of times I say a lot of times, several times there would be like a movie that came out, and they would want to pay to have all the employees go. And I was always like, no, I'm not. I don't like any of you people. So I'm just gonna go with my actual friends or my family.
There you go.
I would, I'd rather do that than hang out with these people that I. It's not that I mean, there were people that worked there that were cool, but I didn't want to. No, I hated that place. I don't ever want to go back.
So the most stressful
part. I
part.
want to go see Captain America: Civil War with you.
I'm
sorry,
go.
But I hate you.
That's right. The most stressful part about moving is I was realizing that I pretty much need to move everything from the vehicles that I will be moving it in into the apartment, because nothing I have can sit in the sun of Mississippi June weather.
Nothing can sit in the sun of Mississippi June weather.
I know. I was realizing that, and I was like, I'm like, wait, I can't pack up stuff like the day before and leave it, because then it'll be in there overnight as it gets cold and hot.
Are you moving furniture? I can't remember.
Literally just a computer chair.
Okay, and then did you say you're gonna buy new stuff? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm buying all new stuff. I'm getting pretty much as soon as I have that address, I'm just gonna start Amazoning stuff there.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, honestly. So. I gotta, man, I don't know if I've talked about this in the podcast, but obviously I am moving as well. Same location, obviously. But my apartment that I'm in right now, the lease runs out at the end of May. But our moving, maybe I should call this place that we're moving in and be like, "Listen, is there any way we can move in several days early, because I'm going to be homeless?"
I already emailed them about that, and they said no. The only way that can happen is if the people that are currently there move out before the 5th.
but that I don't know. That's weird. But I figured that the end of the lease would be, the end of their lease would be on the at the end of the month or
Oh no, I
the
agree.
beginning of the month. That's weird.
I
They moved
I
it on the
think
5th.
I think
Because I would assume they'd have to pay for June's rent.
I think what's happening is I do believe that they will be out of there by the end of May. I think they just want time
To
to
fix it up.
clean and fix
Yeah,
it
they
up.
probably do. You're probably right.
So I think that's what it is. I think that's why they're like, okay, well, if our maintenance crew is lazy and they don't do it on the 1st, which is like,
It could take them a couple days to
Yeah,
fix up. There's probably a couple dings and dents. I
Well-
know there are. Excuse me, a couple like scratches on the paint in my apartment, so they got to
Yeah.
fix all that.
and also like if you think about it, the 5th is a Wednesday and the 1st is a Saturday. So I mean, they're probably maintenance crew might not work on the weekends, sort of a thing. It might just be a Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday thing. But so. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Other than that, I've been gym packing, and I made some time for some video games, watched some anime this week. Started watching what's it called? Ancient Magus Bride. It's like,
Ancient Magus, something
That,
like that.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. It's like a beautiful, epic intro to that anime, and a lot of stuff happens in that, surprisingly. But man, it is hard to get through a 23 or 25 episode anime. I just feel like it's so long compared to the other 13 episode animes and stuff I've been watching lately.
Yeah, there are a lot of 13 episode anime, which is kind of weird.
I like
I've been
them
watching a lot of those lately too.
because it's just
but-
like little bites.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Bunny Girl Senpai show I watched. I think that was 13 episodes or something. The big thing with me though is I'm done with school. I just wish I was graduating, but I had my finals this past week. I've got one more year to go, and I'll be done. Oh my
There you
gosh,
go.
I'm so ready to be done. I'm so ready to be done. Holy crap.
And for those of you not asking, I'm not going to school.
No, just me.
That's
Just
right.
me.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just-
Ryan.
I'm so tired of it. I mean,
That's why
I
I
just-
stopped going. I was like, screw this.
yeah, I did that for a while, but I didn't want to work at Panera Bread for the rest of my life, so I decided to go to school. I mean, I could still end up working at Panera Bread. I don't know, but I thought I'd be a little proactive. But I'm so glad to be done. I may have to take some summer classes. I've contacted other universities that are cheaper that I can take over the summer, but we'll see about that. But hopefully this time next year I will be graduating.
Nice. That'd be
I'm
awesome.
very pumped about that.
I'm sure I would be too.
I just wish it was. I often have thoughts that if I just started 1 year earlier, I'd be done.
Maybe you can just cram a bunch of stuff like into one semester and and graduate a semester early or something.
I don't know. I mean, I already have my. Well, I mean, I only have 2 semesters left, right? I already have this the fall semester set. So the next semester would be my graduating semester. What's crazy to me is really you're only taking like 6. It takes like a year, right?
Yeah.
But you're really only taking like 6 months. You know what I mean? Or 8 months.
Oh yeah. It's weird how
semesters,
they.
in college or university or whatever are only like 3 or 4 months of the year. So you're not. I wish you could almost wish you could just go 4 months or like 8 months straight. So
Yeah.
you could get done.
Just cram
At the
it
same time,
in.
I might kill myself though. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they don't do it like that.
Yeah, I know that they had to get more A's. The
Yeah.
I wonder if that's true. Have you seen that movie where the guy's roommate kills himself or fake kills himself or something? And that it's like I've heard that if your roommate kills himself, whatever, you get all A's.
Yeah. I remember watching that movie or something. So, I mean, if you need some A's, man, I'll play dead.
You just gotta write a really convincing note.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, you're a writer, so you can just write it for me.
Yeah. I'm so glad to be done though. Even if I do have to take a couple summer classes. I have to take a Spanish class and a science class for some reason.
Hold up. You got to take more Spanish?
Yes, I already knew I had to take Spanish. I'm really not looking forward to that. But
You're gonna be an English writer. Like, what does that matter?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna
I'm
write
mad.
somebody. I'm
I
gonna
don't want
write
to get
somebody
mad
an
about it
email.
right now.
Okay.
Because this is a happy and joyous podcast, and I don't want to talk about Spanish right now. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about some video games though.
Okay.
Did you see the video games that got put into the Hall of Fame?
I saw it when you put it in the news, and it doesn't surprise me, and I'm okay with it. I I have heard about. Okay, so yes, for those of you that aren't initiated or educated, the video game Hall of Fame is a thing. It does exist.
I mean, it makes sense. I never really think about it, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's so obviously the games that were put in there are gonna be colossal.
Wait,
Cave.
is this obvious?
Well, I mean,
Why is
no,
this obvious?
not the first one isn't obvious. Other games on the list are more obvious. Colossal Cave Adventure.
I've never even heard of this. Apparently,
Me-
it's a text-based adventure.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Microsoft. I almost said Marvel Solitaire. Microsoft Solitaire, Mortal Kombat, and Super Mario Kart.
Did you hear? Apparently, Candy Crush was like up for debate, and they, along with a few other games that they didn't end up putting in it. But yeah, Candy Crush. I understand Candy Crush because of its relevance, but man,
Yeah,
I don't know if I could put that game in the Hall of Fame.
yeah. I'm kind of mad that Solitaire beat out Half-Life to be put in the Hall of Fame, but
Solitaire should be in the Hall of Fame.
nah.
I mean,
No.
More people have played Microsoft Solitaire than Half-Life by, I can't, 100-fold maybe?
Oh no, I agree. I mean, according to the sentences that are on this webpage, apparently there's 35 billion games of Solitaire played,
Per year?
per year. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
So,
That is a lot. I wonder if that counts Flip Flop Solitaire.
I don't know, but apparently that's in over 200 markets around the world, and it's localized into 65 different languages. So apparently Solitaire is popular. I do enjoy a game of Solitaire once in a while. No, not at all.
It's mostly just like the menu system.
So I do think it's cool that Mortal Kombat is in the Hall of Fame now, though.
Yeah, I
because-
think it definitely deserves it. I mean, obviously it's one of the, it wasn't as early as like Street Fighter, but it's one of those early fighting games, popularized it, and all the stuff with the ESRB. So I mean, I think it definitely deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the first me and Jordan both got Mortal Kombat 11. I think this is the first Mortal Kombat game I've ever played, and I definitely did not play the original.
Really? So I played whatever one was in the arcade. I don't remember which one that is.
Probably multiple.
Probably. I can't. It was a long time ago. And then I've played, I want to say 3, and I played Mortal Kombat X. No, not X. What was X the one for PS3? Whatever Mortal Kombat was.
It was 10. I think Mortal Kombat 9 was for the last generation.
Okay, then I own and played that one. And I got really frustrated with it because I wasn't good at it, and so I stopped playing it. And I have played the mobile version, but other
There's a
than
mobile
that,
version? Of course
Yeah.
there is.
yeah, it's they did it before the whole or after. I don't know. They did it because people were loving Injustice on mobile. I don't know. I don't know the whole
loving
reason
it.
about it. So I
There's an
played.
Injustice mobile port too, I believe. So
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised. What about
Like
the
Ryan-
last one, Super Mario Kart?
I'm okay with that.
It's not my favorite Mario Kart. I've only played. I haven't played it a whole lot, but
I like it a lot. It's definitely up there for one of my favorite Mario Karts, just because I don't know. There's just something special about it. I just like it a lot.
I prefer the. It's probably my least favorite Mario Kart, if I'm being honest. I like Mario Kart 64 and Double Dash better.
Double Dash is the one that's
And-
for GameCube, right? Where you have somebody
Yes,
on the back of the
correct.
car. I like that one too.
And the one for the Wii, I don't remember much about it, but I like that one a lot. This one is just kind of limited, but it is an obviously it's the first one, so
Yeah,
it makes sense. Apparently, it says does it say it sold 100 million? Hold on, there's no way. Okay, it says Super Mario Kart has sold millions of copies on the SNES and generated a dozen titles across consoles, handhelds, and arcade games. Okay, so combined, the Super Mario or the Mario Kart franchise has sold more than 100 million units.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, man, the original Super Mario Kart sold 100
I
million
swear, I
units.
was like, holy crap! I did not. That's like twice as many as the SNES sold.
I'm like, did they even make that many cartridges? Like,
I like Mario Kart a lot. It's
I do
like
too. That's it.
it might be the perfect party game. I think.
That's a game I need to get for my Switch. I just not realized I
I
don't
know,
have
man.
that for
Me
my
too. I've been
Switch.
thinking about that a lot lately.
I don't know, but sometimes I get these wild hairs and I just want a video game. Like I was going to Walmart the other day and I was like, I want Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, yeah. I
Don't
like the game a lot. We'll talk about that in a second. But
exactly.
dude, you excited for John Wick 3?
I am. That looks like it's gonna be a really good movie. I assume he's gonna kill a lot of people in a lot of interesting ways, and hopefully he kills somebody with a book or a pencil again.
Yeah, man. What about
great.
that was really weird. What about the John Wick Hex video game?
I'll play that.
Dude, it actually looks pretty dope.
It does. It's a what they're calling a fast-paced, action-oriented strategy game that makes you think and strike like John Wick. You know, so you don't have to go outside and start punching people and doing all the other crazy stuff because, you know, Betsy down the road ran over Jonathan, your dog. You know, you can just
Whose dog is named Jonathan?
whoever wants to name their dog Jonathan is fine. Who's living next to a neighbor named Betsy? I'd move immediately. She's
What are you
definitely.
talking about? Where are these names coming from?
I just made them up. So
Okay.
I like the way this game looks. I'll play
It
it.
looks really cool. I highly recommend watching the trailer. It's called John Wick Hex.
Yeah, so it's the top of the article says John Wick Hex is a fight choreographed chess brought to life as a video game.
That sounds cool. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It reminds me of the Go series by Square Enix, the mobile games. Is this Polygon article? Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm kind of
You just having a brain
anyway,
for it?
yeah, it reminds me of the Go like Hitman Go, Lara Croft Go,
Oh yeah, those are
Deus
good
Ex
games.
Go, except it looks like it might be a little more interactive. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. It's developed at Bithell Games, the creators of Volume and Subsurface Circular, according to Polygon. Like I said, I know people really like Volume, I'm kind of excited about this game. Actually, it's very interesting, very weird. I know, used to, as I'm sure everyone is well aware, there would be a movie tie-in game for everything, and they would all be terrible.
That's right.
Except for Ultimate Destruction. That
I
game
like-
is dope.
Speaking of destruction, I really liked the. That made me think of kaijus, and kaijus made me think of Godzilla, and Godzilla made me think of Godzilla Ultimate Destruction, or
Dude,
whatever
that
that
game's so good.
That game is really good.
That's the best fighting game ever.
Dude,
Fight me.
when I get a PS2 again, I'm getting that game and we're
I
gonna
mean,
play
you
it.
gotta play it on GameCube, man. That's where it's at. You got to get
was
the
on
Smash
GameCube?
controls.
Okay, then I'm definitely I will get that for GameCube because I'm gonna buy a GameCube soon. Well, when
I
I
love
move.
GameCube so much.
So.
It's definitely my favorite console. Yeah.
I need to
I think
play
it's
that.
my favorite console. It's so many weird and good games. But yeah, John Fu.
John Fu.
Johnny Fu. No, John Wick is getting a game, and it actually looks good.
There you
So
go.
I guess we can get hyped for that. But while we wait for that, obviously, we've been playing some other games. What
As
you been playing or
I've been
watching or whatever.
Okay, so like I was talking about at the top of the show, I watched some anime. Anime's always good and fun. You know, it can take you on a roller coaster of all sorts of stuff. If you got
The thing
stuff,
we know about anime is that it will be sad. That's the only thing we know 100% of the time.
that's true. If you got stuff going on in your life, just watch some anime. I'm
I
positive.
just knocked my computer.
Oh, it's like I just knocked my Coca-Cola over. It's getting everywhere.
I
No,
do have a nice ice cold Coca-Cola.
and
Like,
this
it's
is
not ice cold. It's just kind of cold.
this is not sponsored by Coke, by the way. One day,
Holy crap!
that'd be awesome. Yeah. But back to my little soapbox about anime. If you're going through stuff, watch anime. There's an anime out there for every emotion, and it can make you feel better.
Yes.
But back to video games. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11 because like I said, I wanted it the other day, so I just bought it because why not? And I played 3 chapters, I guess 3.5 chapters.
So you've been playing the story mode?
I did, and then I realized it was like 3 a.m, and I was like, I need to go to sleep.
I did that with Spider-Man, which is the reason that I didn't actually like Spider-Man initially. I got upset. And I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like this game. So I put the controller down, woke up in the morning, and played it. I'm like, no, never mind. This is amazing.
Yeah, like
anyway,
I got swept away into the story because it was just the way it does
it.
It's
really good.
It is, and coming from somebody that I do not understand the Mortal Kombat story, I don't understand the timeline. I don't get, I could maybe tell you 3 or 4 characters' names and that's it. But the story was just like, okay, and it kind of just kept rolling, good beats, good dialogue, everything, all the stuff that makes a good story. And then I was like, I paused it and I was like, I'm going to get a drink. Then I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I was like, I need to just shut this off and go to sleep. Because I was like, okay, one more chapter. And I was like, okay, well, I got to see what happens. So I was like sucked in by the story. And I was curious about what's going to happen. Yeah.
You're saying like a lot.
Thank you. I didn't even realize it. I'm just in this mode of just speaking right now. But I appreciate it. I was going to say that Ryan and I played some matches. And they actually didn't go terrible. Because
he won a couple, I won a couple.
Yeah,
I mean, I suck. But a couple of times, he got me in a good spot. Like he got into a good rhythm, and I was thinking, I'm gonna lose this. So I just decided. I figured out one like spam move, and just it was disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, but I won, and that's all that matters, baby. It doesn't matter how you win. It's not how you play the game. It's you. It's whether. Jeez.
You're dying. Well, as he coughs himself to death.
It's winning. It's about winning or losing, baby. That's right.
That's right. So I finally did it. I finally played some Sly Cooper.
How long have you owned that game now without playing it?
I don't want to talk about it.
A long
time.
What are your thoughts now that you've had 15 years to get over the fact that Sly Cooper is not Kingdom Hearts?
Hey, I should have played it when my brother got it for me instead of Kingdom Hearts. I'm looking up when I bought that game to see.
You never play it?
No. That's okay. I have owned the Sly Cooper collection for PS Vita since the 18th of March.
So okay, yeah.
And I just now played it like Monday or Tuesday. So, yeah. It was one of those, I was just sitting there and I was like, okay, I got to play this game. Like, I was going to play more Persona 4 Golden. And I was like, okay, screw it. I have to play some. What?
You're saying like a lot.
Again? Okay, I'm just going to get a shock collar and put it around my neck. And every time I say that word, it'll shock me.
If you can hire somebody to just come and slap you in the face.
That's true.
What I did. That's why I don't say like as much.
That would make sense.
No, actually, in 8th grade, we had I've never been one to say like a whole lot, but I had a teacher, and if you said like, in a way that you were not supposed to say it, he would like, as I just said it, he would kind of berate you. He would say something like, "Oh, did you like go to the mall or did you go to the mall?"
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I get into a rhythm of speaking and I get excited about things, I use that word as like a grace period for my mind.
Saying or
exactly.
That's your version of that.
Yeah, well, I used to say a lot, but then during a senior project, a thing I had to do to graduate high school, you couldn't say at all, and if you did, they'd be like, yeah, you got it, you can't do your presentation. So they trained us not to say that word, and I guess I just replaced it with like over the years because sometimes my mouth moves faster than my actual brain. But
yeah, I understand. I say too much.
Me being able to actually sit down and play Sly Cooper, I didn't beat the first level. I got like halfway through the first level or something, then ended up, I don't know. So
you have not beaten the trilogy yet?
No. Well, I know.
I'm just playing. How'd you like it? What you played?
I enjoyed it a lot, actually. It surprised me. It was, I don't know. There was just something. There was something goofy about it. I like the fact that it knows it's a video game. It's like, I think his name's Slippy
Which one?
or the turtle.
No, his name's Bentley.
Ah, yeah, that's right. And he was like, hold circle to do this. I'm like, that's hilarious. I love the fact that he's telling you the controls and
Yeah.
like it, like they understand that, these are the, it's just, I enjoy that.
I mean,
It looks,
if you're playing as an anthropomorphic raccoon, you probably should know that you're playing a video game.
true. Yeah, I think I actually paid attention to the story, and the little bit that I learned was enjoyable. I was thinking that it's just it's a stupid game. I was like, it's like a 6 or 7 hour game. How much story can they really put into it? But from the little bit that I've digested so far, it looks like it's going to be a pretty cool story, and I can see why there's 4 games, right?
Yeah, there's
4?
4 games. Only 3
Okay.
made by Sucker Punch, but there were 4.
No, I'm not playing the
in
4th
all,
one
I
then.
believe. I kind of miss the days of the simple platformers with kind of goofy little stories.
So,
I mean, not that Uncharted and The Last of Us and all these story-driven games aren't great, but I don't know. There's something
I get what you're saying,
special
though.
about the Sly Coopers and the Jack and Daxters and the
Yeah, they
Ratchet
are.
and Clanks. The
So-
only people doing that anymore really are indie developers and Nintendo.
Yeah, because back in the day, people would play anything, but nowadays it seems like review bombs and everything else is just swaying people away. I don't think Sly Cooper or Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Dexter could come out nowadays and people will actually enjoy
I
it.
think there will be a new Ratchet and Clank game, because they came out with a remake of the original a few years ago, and I believe it sold well. So I think that there will be another Ratchet and Clank game.
I'd play it.
I believe Ratchet and Clank is the only game that has been on PS2, PS3, and PS4 now.
Oh,
So,
that's true. Maybe. Oh, that'd be a curveball that nobody would expect if a Ratchet and Clank game was a release.
PS5 release window
Yep.
or something.
Yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
would love that. That would be amazing.
That'd be great. Because as wishy-washy as the whole timeline of Ratchet and Clank is,
I mean, nobody cares. It's just a
it's
fun
just
adventure.
it is a fun adventure, and the guns are so cool.
Yeah, they are.
Man, they have some cool guns. But I've been enjoying Sly Cooper. I will go back and play it some more. I don't know how much the rest of this month. Honestly, it's just we're getting into our busy season at work, and with me moving, they're like, "You're just gonna work all the time." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Oh my gosh.
I'm fine with that. Make some money, train the
Yeah,
people.
that's true.
I gotta work. I gotta train the people to make sure they do my job correctly because I have been doing it for 2 years, and so I've gotten pretty good at it. But I do plan on taking a 5 to 7 day vacation where obviously yes I'll be moving stuff in, but all I'll be doing is quote relaxing, video games, anime, just
I'm excited to have some time off, but
not
of school. But
Yeah.
I may have to go. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
So it'll be nice just to sit down and be like, okay, today all I'm gonna do is eat food, take a shower, and play video games, and that's it. I'm gonna be stressed. I'm just gonna enjoy video games. But what have you been playing?
Well, we can talk about Mortal Kombat 11 here. Like we said, we've both been playing that. I've been really enjoying it, although I haven't done anything except play against Jordan those few times, and I've played through a lot of the tutorials. It's got really good tutorials so far.
Oh, speaking of tutorials, I did practice one finisher, not a finisher, a fatality. That's what they're called. On Mortal Kombat, because they have a whole tutorial training practice session, whatever you want to call it, for fatalities for each character, and it shows you the box where you're supposed to be standing, and it shows you the move on the screen, and you can just practice it over and over and over.
The training is very in depth. They even have training for frames, and they have training for each. Not only like Jordan said, they have the fatalities for each character, but they have a basic training for each fighter, which I'm probably going to dive into a few of those. I also really like the sound design when Scorpion uses his chain. It sounds like a chain, like click, click, click. like clicking, like
Yeah.
that's not a very good chain sound, but you know what a chain sounds like.
Everyone knows. Even if they haven't played Mortal Kombat, everyone knows what Scorpion's chain sounds like.
Get over here.
At least I do,
But
So.
yeah, I've been really enjoying that. I'll step into the multiplayer and the story mode soon. I'm very excited for that. The game is very pretty and very gross at the same time.
I like it a lot. It is, man, there's some, like Ryan said, it's beautiful and gross, because there's been sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, that is disgusting, but that is a beautiful effect. Man, whoever did the design of this game deserves a raise.
You should be proud of yourself, definitely, the people who worked on it.
Yes.
It's, excuse me. Excuse me. It's, I was talking to someone recently about how it's interesting how a game can be. You can have two different games with Dragon Ball Fighters and Mortal Kombat who are both beautiful, but in kind of opposite ways.
Exactly. Someone was like, "Why can't I play Mortal Kombat without blood?" I'm like, "Look, that's the whole point. Like they're fighting for their lives.
It's not every game is for everybody. If you don't like blood, you probably shouldn't play Mortal Kombat. It's not. I mean, it's goofy. You know what I mean?
It is. It's not like
goofy. It's not serious, which is why people love the game.
I love the effects on Mortal Kombat, and especially the X-ray. That's probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to actually get good. I also played some Dragon Ball Fighters. Because I picked up Videl and Bardock. I'm liking them, although I didn't get to play much because soon after I played, they had this like a summer update. Yeah, so I didn't get to play a lot. Although I do like them. And let's see. Also, I picked up Street Fighter 5. I got curious because a few months ago they talked about they have ads or something, and it's really weird. Between each fight, there is a Uniqlo ad, I believe is the company, and I don't know much about them. I know they're a clothing company. I believe they make sports attire. It's really weird.
Huh.
There's like a drawing that'll have the fighters wearing Uniqlo clothing. It's very strange. But it's kind of cool at the same time because you get to see new art. But I also played some Overwatch. I did my placements. I don't understand what the placements are for. I feel like I could lose all my games and win all my games and get the exact same placement.
Okay.
I don't know. I played a bunch of that. I played all my placements. But
What made you jump back into Overwatch?
To what?
What made you jump back into Overwatch? You just wanted to do your placements?
Get an itch for it. The
Okay.
game still feels mechanically amazing, so I like that feel every once in a while. Also played a little bit of Apex, not a whole lot though. But what I have been playing a lot is Prey.
Really?
The one from 2017, I think is when it came out.
Yeah. Haven't you beaten that game though?
No, I never did beat it. I got stuck.
That's what it was. That's right.
But I'm on the last mission, and the last mission is so long. Oh my gosh, I'm just ready. At this point, I'm just ready to get done with it. It's a good game, especially it's weirdly janky in places. But for I believe first attempt at a horror game from Arcane, and they normally make the Dishonored games. If you don't know, I applaud them 100%. It's a great game. It's very pretty, very spooky, and it's very good, but it's also very janky in some places. And if you don't have the right build, it can make it even harder than it normally is. But it's an amazing first attempt. I mean, if they did another one, I'm sure it would be amazing. And then finally, I have picked up Octopath Traveler again. I hadn't put a whole lot of time into it, but I have put actually more time into it now than I had before. Really enjoy the game. It's really pretty. I would definitely recommend it. I don't have a lot to talk about just because I've only put a couple hours into it at this point. I picked the Merchant for anyone out there wondering, who I think her ability, or one of her abilities, at least when you start the game, is I just got a notification from Skype.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, but she can make people sell stuff to her or something.
That sounds cool.
But yeah, that's kind of why I picked her, because I thought that was a really interesting ability. But that's about it. I would like to play Persona 4, but if I play it, my Vita will die, because my brother, for some reason, I let him borrow my Vita charger, and he just took it. So and he lives an hour away from me.
It amazes me that people don't have micro USB
I
cords.
mean, nothing uses micro USB anymore.
I know, but I guess.
But if he had something that needed it, why? I think he might have been using it for his Amazon Kindle or something.
Yeah,
But if he has an Amazon Kindle, why doesn't he have the charger?
Yeah, I know.
I would have loved to play that game this week, but my Vita's about to be dead. It's been about to be dead for a while now because I don't have the charger. But that's about it as far as what I've been playing. Have you been playing anything else or what?
Not that I remember. I keep thinking there's probably one game that I played this week that I can't remember.
I'm always the same way.
Yeah, that's really it. But we do have some new games that came out.
I'll say one thing. I need to play. I need to watch Game of Thrones. I'm like dodging it. I think I'm 3 episodes behind now. I'm having to scroll through Twitter as fast as possible because I'm terrified I'll see something. But I mean, I guess that's about it. I just need to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay, there you go. We got some new games for you. Rage 2 is out May 14th on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Havana, the new Cuban map. Well, it's a new escort map in Overwatch in Cuba.
It feels like they just came out with Paris.
Exactly. It's just
Paris.
So
I've watched somebody playing this. It looks really weird. It's a very open map, I would say.
Yeah, Paris is very closed quarters, and this is very more open.
Are you at all interested in Rage 2, by the way?
No.
No, I'm interested, but it's one of those games that if I didn't have any other game I wanted to play, I would play it. And if I didn't have money that I'd really spend on other games, I just don't have the extra time, and especially I don't have the extra money. So, I mean, it looks kind of cool, though. I'm sure it'll be good.
I like the way it looks, but other than that, it's nothing. I'm not like, ooh, I need to play this game. I don't really. It makes me think there's going to be paintballs in the game because of how they advertise it.
Yeah, because it's all that color splatter, like Splatoon-esque.
Exactly. So I'm sure it's a good game. I just haven't jumped into it. And I don't think I will. But yeah, if you want to check out Havana, Cuba on Overwatch, it's a new escort map. You can.
This next game is something we should have talked about last week, probably because it came out last week. It is Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartender action, and Valhalla is actually spelled VA-11 HALL-A. So check that out. I think you're a bartender, basically, right?
That is correct. You are a bartender. Apparently, there's waifus, but not the way you think. They said there's just waifus in the description and the name of the website so that people buy it. Which is, I like
amazing.
I like the open.
Cool. I would check that out if I were you guys.
Exactly.
I think
that's going to be out for Switch, PS4, PC, and PS Vita.
I guess we wrote down what would be out, for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Did we say that Rage 2 was going to be on Xbox One, PS4, and PC?
I think I said that, but that was like a lot of time ago, so I don't remember. So it's okay. So it's okay that you said it again. The next thing isn't a game, but it's about a game, and it has a beautiful, funny thumbnail. Raising Kratos, the documentary, or the doc, whatever you want to call the documentary. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be how they made the God of War game.
Yeah, so go check that out. I believe it's out as we're speaking.
Correct, it is.
Check that out.
I almost decided to just watch it while I recorded this, but I figured I would be very distracted.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just teensy bit.
Just a teensy bit. So, and the last thing we got is Big Blocks. Tetris.
Blocks.
Big Blocks.
EA. You remember those? EA Big.
Yeah.
I love those games.
Tetris 99, which is a battle royale that's free on Nintendo Switch. It has some paid DLC for $9.99. It's out now. It is called Big Block DLC. So what you get is you get an offline mode of battle royale-ness, and you can play against some AI dudes or computers, whatever you want to call them. And then I honestly forget what the second mode you get
it's
is.
just a normal Tetris mode, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's just a normal Tetris mode. So, check it out if you want to give Tetris 99 team some money. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that enjoy the battle royale that is Tetris 99. So now you
I
can
like it a lot. I
practice
haven't
it.
played it in a while, but I do like it a
Me
lot.
neither. I like the couple matches that I did play. It definitely makes your heart go boom, boom, boom. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
always
I love
nice.
Tetris is Tetris. If it's not in the Video Game Hall of Fame, it should be. It's one of the greatest games of all time, without a doubt.
We should
Next
do a
up,
video
we
game
have some
hall of fame
unfortunate
episode.
news. What? What's
So we
that?
should do a hall of fame episode for video games. See
Oh
what
man,
we should
that might be an
go
interesting topic.
go down a
Sorry,
list.
excuse me, interrupting you there. But next up, we have some sad news for Assassin's Creed fans. Coming from Games Radar, it seems that those Ragnarok screenshots are fake. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, man, like I saw the headline saying they were out. I'm like, that's cool. I'll look at it. And then I saw this and I was like, well, good thing I didn't look at it and get my hopes up.
Yeah,
So.
obviously people have really liked the last two Assassin's Creed, Creed games, and these screenshots did look cool. But according to someone or people at Reset Era, they have been deemed as fake. So I wonder what the next Assassin's Creed will be then. If it's not going to be Vikings. But I don't think that's coming out this year. I believe it's coming out next year. I do think they're doing the every other year thing now, which seems to have really, really worked for the. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. My computer kind of crapped out on me, but we are back, and sorry again for the Assassin's Creed bad news. We got some Devil May Cry news from Polygon. It looks like Devil May Cry the original is coming to the Nintendo Switch this summer, according to a tweet from the official Devil May Cry account. Although it seems like prices and release date weren't on there anywhere, so I don't really know when. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's great. One of the things that I enjoy is, let people play older games on newer consoles, because why not, I have no problem with that. I think it's cool. I might pick it up on Switch, but also I've said that in the past. I was gonna say I've said that in the future,
Oh,
but
you probably will.
I probably will. I've definitely openly talked about getting games on stuff and then not getting them at all. I feel like the Sea of Thieves article on the right though.
Are you talking
So I
about
got
the new review?
Yeah, I got the Game Pass. I still haven't played Sea of Thieves. I need to.
Well, I'll try to pick up Games Pass soon so we can play that together.
Because I've really enjoyed that game. But anyway, back to Devil May Cry. I think it's a good thing because I know there's some people that maybe didn't ever play the original that only have a Nintendo Switch and want to play all their games on there. And why shouldn't they be able to play Devil May Cry? So I think it's great. It's kind of weird that they're not giving us the complete HD collection like they did on console and PC last year.
Yeah.
So, it can't be that hard to put Devil May the collection on Switch.
I mean,
really?
I guess there's probably a reason, but I don't see.
I mean, maybe there's
anything.
licensing or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe they are coming to the Switch. We don't know.
Maybe that's true. So maybe they just wanted to announce that and see how people, took it, and then kind of just went from there.
I know a lot of people don't like Devil May Cry 2. The only Devil May Cry game actually that I've ever played was DMC for the PS4, which I know a lot of people don't like. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a good game, but that's the only one I've ever played, so I don't have a whole lot to comment about this. I know a lot of people like Devil May Cry, so I mean, this is good news for them if they have a Switch,
Exactly. Speaking of more good news for gamers, Push Square gave us an article that confirms that EA Access is going to be coming for PS4, and it's coming this summer. Although it is going to be, you got to give them some money, obviously.
Of course, I mean, it is a subscription service.
I mean, it is EA.
I mean,
So.
I don't, condemn them for
No, not at all.
money for a service.
I don't either. So if you're looking for 1 month, it's going to be $4.99, and if you're looking for a full year, it's going to be $30.
Honestly, we talked about this actually a few months ago. If you remember,
yeah,
we talked about how they tried to do this back in 2014, but Sony kind of put the I don't know. They put that on halt or whatever.
They put the hammer down,
Yeah,
the boot in their
because they
throat,
said
whatever
that
whatever you're
it
gonna call
wasn't
it.
a good value, but I don't know if they kind of stepped back on that or if it's because EA has a lot more games on here now or what. But I mean, if you need another Netflix in your life, we got one for you right here.
There you
It's
go.
also going to be $30 for a year. So if you wanted to get a whole year's worth, I'm never going to get this. I don't think.
There has to be something. There has to be something really awesome for me to just do it. Like I don't, thinking about it, I don't see anything in EA's category that I'm like, I want to give them money every month, or I want to give
They have
them
a lot of good
$30
games,
for a year.
honestly, but I don't really. I'm not that interested in many of them.
Same.
They have
Uh,
Dead Space and Mirror's Edge, but I've played those games and I don't want to pay to play them again. You know what I mean?
exactly. So it will EA Access for PS4 will launch in July, and obviously we'll let you know if anything else comes out about it over the coming weeks. Also, just so you know, if you already have an EA Access account on Xbox, you cannot use that account on PS4.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of lame.
it is stupid. So just for those of you that are curious about that, just so you know, as someone starts leaf blowing outside of my place, I was pretty sure they're already done doing this, but
What are they
maybe
doing?
the wind. They're leaf blowing. There's a guy,
Oh.
we call him the cleaner, and he like goes around and does all the stuff around here, like the elevators and the stairs and the leaf blowing. So
Huh. Is leaf blowing in May?
yeah, apparently. So I just let him do his job, and I don't bother him, and he doesn't bother me, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good plan.
So, but tell me about this Persona 5 news though.
Okay, so got this from Game Informer. As we know, Persona 5 R got revealed last month that it's going to be a Persona 4 Golden type of deal, or I believe there was one called Persona 3 called FES. Yeah, FES or FE. I don't know how you pronounce that. But apparently, the same person who headed up Persona 4 Golden will be doing the same thing for Persona 5, and he has said that let's see, let me find it. Apparently, there was an interview with the director of Persona 4 Golden, Daki Ito. I definitely mispronounced that, and producer Kazuisha Wada in the Japanese gaming magazine Famitsu. In the issue, Ito states that he expects fans of Golden to have their expectations surpassed in terms of content, though they apparently were not ready to say exactly what that meant. Persona 5 The Royale will include tweaks to how you experience this game throughout the campaign, since the game now includes a third semester. And that might be a part of the tweak, but hopefully it is just slightly more experience across the board to minimize any kind of grinding. Also, the new character Kasume will be integrated into the story, so I guess she just won't be tacked on, and will put the main characters in a new light. So I'm very excited for this game. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna keep talking. I was gathering my thoughts to speak on this. We'll just keep going.
Okay.
As,
Apparently,
as
there's a
I
character called Maruki, who was described as, quote, an extremely nice adult character, end quote. I mean, obviously, if you play Persona 5, you know that one of the main themes is adults abusing their power and stuff, so that's going to be interesting. And there will also be 20 new music tracks added to the game, while the game will probably... Okay. No, cut that out. Cut that. Dang, I'm doing this a lot now. There is speculation that Persona 5 will recognize your data for bonuses. It doesn't seem like that's confirmed, though. And then there apparently is a, quote, handsome man in the trailer that I don't remember. But people are also speculating that is Morgana's human form. So, a lot of news, but not a lot of news. Basically, we know that there's going to be a lot added to the game, but we don't know what. Do you have your thoughts now?
Yes. So my first thought is, it kind of feels like they're just we're in a sea of taking games, adding stuff to them, and then just re-releasing them. My first thought was obviously Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 doing this. Also, it made me think of Catherine Full Body Edition, like them just adding characters, changing the story a little bit, and then just releasing the game again, which I'm fine with. You know, it got me to play Persona 4 Golden. It'll probably get me to play Persona 5 Royal. I pre-ordered Catherine Full Body just because it looked so cool. So, you know, it's getting, you know, people interested in the games, but it's just one of those things where are they just going to give us this instead of Persona 6, which I'm not.
Persona's, Persona 4 was a PS2 game.
Okay, good point.
They take a long time to do things, and then apparently, Atlas just does this. I mean, they did it for Persona 3, Persona 4, Catherine, and Persona 5. So they clearly just, this is one thing that they just do. They like to do. They don't exactly come out with a new Persona game every year, or
I guess that's true.
I
wonder if they'll ever do it.
Point, so
I wonder if they'll ever go back and do it for Persona, the originals, 1 and 2.
I mean, that's a lot of work. Those games are very old at this point.
That's true, but you know, I'm sure they could do it. I think this is cool. It definitely made me. Well, obviously, I wasn't interested in Persona 5 before I played Persona 4 because I just hadn't, you know, I wasn't in the universe. And now that I see all the wonderful work they put into the game, and it's just, I don't know, Persona for me knows how to grab you by the heartstrings and hang on. You know, there's definitely there's a lot going on there, and it's a meaty game. It's not just a sit down and like.
It's a very meaty game.
It is like it's, you know, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna sit down. You know, it's gonna be a nice meal. It's, you know, good experience. You know, like a God of War, like a Last of Us. No, this thing is like, it's like you're halfway through it and you're like, man, I'm slowing down. Like it's getting rough. Like not in a bad way, just in a like. This is a dense game. Like, there's a lot going on. And I don't want to use the word grindy because I feel it's disrespectful for Persona because it's not a grindy game. It's just a long game. It's much longer than expected. So, but I'm interested.
Persona 5 is actually a lot longer than Persona 4.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I might not jump on that train then because it's so long.
50 or 60 hours and.
Yeah,
Persona 5 is, I believe, around 100 hours.
Oh my gosh. I think what Persona 4 Golden has made me realize is that if it's over 60 hours, I don't want to play it. Like, that's so much time to put into a game. But I like what they're doing with this, honestly. I think it's a good thing. They do it well. I think some other companies could learn from this maybe if they wanted to re-release a game. Even if I don't know. I guess it definitely depends on the game and the company. Obviously, I wouldn't want them to re-release Spider-Man, you know, like a new version of Spider-Man, and they just add, I don't know, like Black Cat as a playable character or something, you know, something different like that. So it's, you know, it's one of those things where Atlas definitely has the formula down. They know what they're doing. It's smart. It seems like it's going to go well, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested in getting this game. Although there's no release date, it's up in the air. If I had to guess, I'd say 2020.
They've said 2020. They just haven't said a date. They've said 2020 in the West.
Okay, well that works. So yes, it's confirmed. 2020, just no actual month or date for that.
The only thing that kind of surprises me is that it seems like usually Atlas does this. I don't know about always because I don't know what Persona 3 came out on, but Persona 4 got put on the Vita from PS2. Catherine went from PS3 to PS4, but it seems like Persona 5 is going to go from PS4 to PS4. You know.
I can't talk today. Persona 3 came out on PS2.
Okay, yeah, I thought they might. Okay, yeah. So I don't know what Persona. It's just weird, but I mean, I guess the game was pretty popular, so that kind of makes sense in a way. Although, man, it might come out for PS5 as well, because we're kind of expecting the PS5 to come out next year sometime.
Exactly. So, but that's really it for all the Persona news. We'll definitely bring you more up-to-date news if something comes out, because Ryan's a big Persona fan. I'm becoming a big Persona fan, but we got to move on to some more cool news. I really wish they'd stop doing all this work outside right now. It's very annoying, but that's beside the point. Games Radar gave us an article about something that's actually pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be into this. Dead Cells is getting a mobile version, and it's coming to iPhone. Soon to be released on Android as well. But you can go to PlayDigious, their site, and you can sign up for an email to be alerted as soon as Dead Cell arrives on either iOS or Android, whichever you use. So there's a trailer you can check out. I think it's awesome. Why not put a game? This is like a perfect game to put on
I mean, yeah, this game is critically acclaimed,
mobile.
obviously. Many people enjoyed it. I like it a lot. It's a great game. I have it on the Switch, and I could definitely see it being good on mobile. It's not gonna be as good because I don't think mobile controls they're just not as good. But maybe you have like one of those big, huge screen phones. You could have plenty of room to poke it with your fingers and whatnot. But I mean, I'm not surprised. When does it say it's gonna come for Android?
It on their site, there's not a release date for it yet. You just got to subscribe to the emails, and they'll tell you when it's out.
Okay, it just says iPhone this summer. That's all we kind of have a release window-ish thing.
For those of you that are still that are happy about playing Dead Cells on PC or console, you have the Dead Cells Rise of the Giant free DLC that's coming out soon. So it's going to be adding new levels, new weapons, and a giant skeleton king boss. So check. There's also a trailer for that in this article if you want to check it out. But for those of you that are more curious about the mobile version, so what you'll be able to do is it's going to be, what am I looking for? There's going to be original and auto hit. I think me putting my 2 weeks or 3 weeks into work has really thrown me off kilter. It's just kind of messed up my rhythm of things, and I think that's why I keep sounding like I'm having a stroke, but I'm not. So there's going to be 2 game modes available for this super crazy redesign for mobile. Like I said, it's going to be original and auto hit. There's going to be custom controls and more touch controls available, so you'll be able to change the button positions and size to your liking, and swipe to dodge, different stuff like that. There's going to be MFI external controller support, so whatever that means.
It's talking about those controllers that you plug up to your phone.
That's what I figured. And then the last bullet point is pay once you get the full. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Once you get the full, once you buy the game, there's no ads. It's yours. You don't got to worry about, hey, give us a review and then get the rest of the game. No, it's just yours once you buy it. And there's also no price out currently, but I assume it can't be more than what it is on other consoles.
No, I mean it's probably not more than $10 almost, because
probably not.
People just don't like to pay much money on their phone.
That's true. I don't know why, but I get what they mean.
Yeah, I mean, as someone, I don't play mobile games at all, so I guess I can't really blame you. But at the same time, I mean, I don't like free to play games very much. So I mean, I would rather play just once and have the game.
Yeah, I agree. So at the top of the show, we talked about us both playing Mortal Kombat. So NetherRealm, they did a really good job with this game. But, everything's not perfect. When they released the game, there was a lot of stuff wrong with it. So mobile, oh my gosh.
I'm not talking about this. You don't want to, do you?
Oh, no. I was just going to let people know there's going to be a link in the description. It's going to be coming from Mortal Kombat Game Support. And essentially, it's just telling you all the updates that they released for Mortal Kombat 11 for Nintendo Switch and PC players. The short and skinny of it is that they released the game. There was a lot of problems wrong with it.
From what I understand.
Exactly. And now they have fixed a lot of the stuff, and it's supposed to be a much better experience. So,
yeah,
there you go.
There's a thank you gift with 500,000 coins, 1,000 souls, 1,000 time crystals, and 500 hearts, and that is on the Switch version. There's nothing on here about Xbox or PS4 versions, so I don't know if those already came or if they're not coming or what. But like Jordan said, we'll link this article because it's got a lot of stuff, and we don't want to waste your and our times talking about every single one of them because that would take way too long.
Exactly. It's all essentially just patch notes for Mortal Kombat 11. Check it out. Or just enjoy the game and be like, and don't know about any of the things that were broken in the first place, like me. So.
What is this next article?
Article?
On Kotaku right here.
So this is about PlayStation credit card users aren't getting their rewards they were promised. So, it seems like every company nowadays has a credit card.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So what PlayStation is, they teamed up with Capital One, which is a bank that I have used in the past. I don't have a credit card currently. I don't know why that's relevant to anyone, but that's information I shared because why not? So apparently, on paper, this credit card looks like it's a pretty good deal. So what you do after you make your first purchase, you're supposed to get a $50 gift card to the PlayStation Store, and then from every other purchase after that, you'll get 5 times the credit card points in return. So what you can do, you can use those points on Capital One for like travel miles or cash back. That's usually the incentive for having a credit card. You get something back for using it, then you pay it off, and it's one of those things. You can also decorate your card with your favorite PlayStation games, etc. But apparently, some people haven't been able to access these rewards since October of 2018. And then, if you... No, not at all. Especially, with credit cards that, the company doesn't care if you get your rewards or not. They just want their money. Or actually, they don't want their money. They want you to spend money and then not pay it off. So, anyway. If you head to the Sony Rewards website, you'll see those great rewards offered, for the card. And they might tempt you to sign up. But pretty much what they're doing is it's a lengthy Medium article. And they talk about pretty much... this guy named Chase, he said, I've called both Capital One and Sony multiple times only to be told there are ongoing account issues tied to the upgrade, and they're being looked into actively since October. Chase told Kotaku, who's telling us about this article, he's gotten no timeline on a resolution and said that the customer service agencies he spoke to seemed reluctant to give him information. He said, for all I know, it could be fixed tomorrow or 6 months from now. Capital One representatives were the ones who informed me that there's still ongoing and reported issues for user accounts that they are aware of, and that it is on Sony Rewards to fix. So, apparently it's not just this guy, and he hadn't received the $50 credit to the PlayStation Store, and he can't link the card to his Sony account because he can't link the card to his Sony account. He wraps up by saying the fact that Sony thought it would be a good idea to market this credit card promo in the midst of all these technical issues is baffling to me. So, to wrap that all up for you, if you have a Sony Rewards card, maybe cancel it. And if you were thinking about getting one, don't.
Yeah, I definitely... With all this... Sony has a bunch of weird problems that I don't think a lot of other companies do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sony has their hands in a lot of honeypots. They tried the streaming stuff with Vue. They tried, the credit card stuff, and it's just and I'm sure on paper, if you're in college or something, or you're younger, it might seem like a great idea to get a Sony credit card. You'll get points and stuff, and don't.
$50 is basically a video game.
Exactly, Also, I haven't read it. I don't know how much money you have to spend for your first purchase to get the $50 gift card, but apparently, according to some people, they're not even getting it. So, apparently, if they've been having these problems since 2018, doesn't seem like they're going to fix it anytime soon.
This is a very weird story.
It is. So just be careful if you have one, or you're thinking about getting one, or you know someone that's going to be getting one. Just be careful, because apparently there's technical issues.
Yeah, as soon as you said the $50 gift card, I was like, ooh, I can buy a $10 gift card on PlayStation with the credit card. Use that $10 plus a $50 gift card to buy a new game. So
there you go. I will say that I just went to SonyRewards.com where you're supposed to get all the rewards and stuff. It's a good looking, website. It's like step into the winner's circle, get your first hand look at Sony's biggest winners. Blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, this is a cool looking website. Make me want to get the credit card and stuff. But I'm not going back into that life. Not doing it.
We haven't heard about this yet before. If it's been going on since 2018.
Exactly. Maybe it's something that people were like, "Nah, we're not covering it." But this guy, he emailed everyone. He emailed PlayStation, Capital One, and Kotaku, and was like, "Yo, man, this is what's happening. We gotta let people know about this."
Apparently, there's an app as well that the website mentions that's just straight up not available on any app store, either the Apple or the Google.
Yeah, it shows the app on the website, but the app actually doesn't exist. Like they just took it off the stores, or maybe it didn't exist at all. I don't know. Sony's apparently they're not. It is a very strange company, and I have used Capital 3, or they were Capital 360, and then they changed to Capital One. And yeah, they were called Capital 360.
Dude, I remember that.
Well, it used to be called ING Bank. And before that, it was Orange Bank, and then they turned to Capital 360, and now they're Capital One. They got some cool commercials on the TV
That's
now.
Weird.
But I'd say choose a different bank. Honestly, if you want banking advice from someone that does not have any financial background or anything, I'd say use a different bank.
I mean, they're not giving you your rewards. I don't know if that's on Sony or Capital One or what, but
apparently they said. They said it's on Sony's side, but that's enough of that because I'll just get mad and I'll start flaming Sony. So.
But next up, are you a Minecraft player?
Yes.
Well, according to The Verge, you can now play Minecraft Classic in your browser. That's right. Yeah. The original Minecraft apparently has got a bunch of bugs and stuff. You can play it on your web browser. That's interesting. It's called Minecraft Classic, which is supposed to preserve the game just as it was in 2009. It's got what is a Spartan interface? I have no idea. Are you a Minecrafter?
Yeah. So what they're saying is Spartan interface. There's like nowadays in Minecraft, you can hit T, you can do all the stuff. There's a character screen. There's crafting, yada yada. Pretty much, what this does is it gives you the 32 blocks.
What is it? What does that mean? You can only use 32 blocks?
Yeah, that's all you get. So if you open up Minecraft, it generates the level. You hit start. You got the cobbles. You can walk around, and that's what you're hearing me do now because I loaded it up because I wanted to talk while I played Minecraft.
Does this cost money?
No, it's free. 100%
Really?
free. You just load it. Yeah, you just click on it, and you got 32 blocks. You can choose the blocks. You got dirt, cobblestone, etc.
Huh.
And you just place the blocks. So you left click and you place the blocks, and you can just build whatever you want, and go to the sky or dig all the way down. And
where do I go? I looked up Minecraft Classic and I don't see where to play it.
Oh, just click the link in the article where it says you can check out. No, you don't got to download. Just literally go to the Verge article.
Okay.
Then above where it says next up in gaming, hit the
right here
red link. Yeah, hit the right there, and it'll load up.
Wow.
And it'll take you to Minecraft
Start.
Alpha version.
Name. Pick a username. Poop.
Oh, you don't got it. You can put whatever you want. And there you go. It's just in your browser, and you can just, that's Minecraft for you. Yeah, you just you can put cobblestone down. So I think it's cool for children that want to play Minecraft, but parents don't want to pay $25 or whatever it is now. So they can play Minecraft Alpha, and it runs anywhere from 500 to 1,000 FPS because it's a Java game. And. That's really it.
How many FPS you get in Minecraft Classic, bro?
Oh, not enough.
Okay, let's exit out of this.
Yeah, because I'll just start building stuff and playing Minecraft. So I think that's cool because why not? It's Mojang's been doing a lot of cool stuff. I haven't followed them in a while, but I have been known to enjoy Minecraft. It's one of those that I do enjoy playing from time to time. But as you know, if you're a listener to the podcast, I haven't played Minecraft in years. But if you want to go play Minecraft Alpha and see, or the original Minecraft, and see what it's like, bugs and all, you can using your browser. At the start of the show, I talked about a child gambling ring, and now we're going to tell you about it. So, PC Gamer gave us an article.
All clickbait. Nah.
No, so we've talked about this off and on the podcast, on the show, whatever you want to call it. Man, there's another U.S. senator that's going to be introducing legislation banning loot boxes in games aimed at minors. So, I'm going to tell you what this article says, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. So Josh Hawley of Missouri says video games are siphoning our kids' attention from the real world. That's how I imagine he speaks.
Like that.
I'm not. It would definitely damage my vocal cords, and I'd probably... Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So, he plans to introduce legislation that will ban, quote, pay-to-win and loot box monetization practices in video games that are marketed to minors. He said, social media and video games prey on our user addiction, siphoning our kids' attention from the real world and extracting profits from fostering compulsive behaviors, Hawley said. Continuing a quote, no matter this business model advantages to the tech industry, one thing is clear, there is no excuse for exploiting children through such practices. When a game is designed for children, game developers shouldn't be allowed to monetize addiction. And when kids play games designed for adults, they should be walled off from the compulsion, microtransactions. Game developers who knowingly exploit children should face legal consequences, end quote.
Yeah, his bill, the Protecting Children from Abusive Games Act, apparently is going to, or he wanted to outlaw randomized or partially randomized microtransactions, loot boxes, and pay-to-win systems that, quote, artificially manipulate difficulty to encourage spending. Apparently the FTC would be the ones responsible for the new rule, and it's not going to go through the ESRB, which I could see being a good thing, because if it had the system, it might have to be marked adults, AO, which is pretty much a death sentence for any game. He specifically calls out Candy Crush, which is obviously he says in his own words, a quote notorious example of this practice, and saying that, quote, while the game is free, players are able to purchase a luscious bundle for $150, and the game also markets this as the best value, which is kind of gross, and I understand this, but the one problem with this is since it's not going to go through the ESRB, the terms of this adult or children's games seems like it might be kind of vague. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there definitely seems like it's going to be a gray area.
Like, how is there going to be someone in charge of looking at every single game that comes out?
So, in response to the senator's announcements, the Entertainment Software Association acting president and the CEO, Stanley Pierre Lewis, issued the following statement, quote, numerous countries, including Ireland, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, determined that loot boxes do not constitute gambling. We look forward to sharing with the senator the tools and information the industry already provides that keeps the control of the in-game spending in parents' hands. Parents already have the ability to limit or prohibit in-game purchases with ease to use parental controls, end quote.
So this is kind of a complex issue.
It is, obviously. Obviously, it's one of those things where, yes, parents should be aware what is going on in their children's lives. I'm not here to tell you how to parent or anything like that, but it's...
Maybe...
and I...
Go ahead, sorry.
Yes, I understand it is hard to watch your children a ton of time. And yes, if they really wanted to, they could just go to Walmart and get a Visa card
It's
and
a
put
5-year-old
money on
gonna
it.
want to get a Visa card.
I don't know. Okay, I assume 5-year-olds are getting back to the era of smoking and drinking scotch. So no, but what were you gonna say?
Okay, so obviously you could say it's kind of gross if it's marketing toward children. Um, but like we said, it's going to be difficult because it's not going to go through the ESRB. But I kind of agree with a lot of what the ESRB is saying. I don't. I don't. I think it's the parents. You said it's hard to.
Oh no, I agree.
Just don't. If your kid does not understand, teach them. You know what I mean? Don't let them have a credit card. Or if they, what kind of you have a kid that steals your credit card? If I stole my mom's credit card, I would be put through a wall.
Well, not all children have the wonderful parenting that is Southern cuisine sometimes. But no, I agree with you.
It blows my mind. Just be a parent.
Also,
honest to God, just be a parent.
some people. So I work in a fine dining restaurant, and it amazes me.
Okay, just gonna flex on me right now.
Oh no, I'm just saying that it amazes me how many. So this woman came in, and it was a family, and like the child had an iPad, and I think the iPad died or something, or it didn't have like what the child wanted on it. The parent pulled out another iPad and was like, "Here." Or maybe it was an Amazon Kindle or something. It was like, here you go. And the other kid at the table had a Nintendo Switch. And it was just like, I'm fine with technology. I love technology, obviously. But don't use it to parent your children. Have a conversation with them. Like, and these were like young children. And I was watching the kid. And I'm pretty sure he like took a piece of chicken and like just rubbed it all over the Switch. And I was like, that poor Switch. Just like getting chicken grease all over it.
When we had dinner, it was time to, eat.
Oh, yeah, it's time to... Yeah, I don't care what age I am. If there's food in front of me, food, man.
There's no way my parents or my grandparents or anybody would have let me, once it's time to eat. And I'm obviously not all parents are like this. I'm sure plenty of parents don't let their kids buy a $150 bundle on Candy Crush.
I've heard that a lot, too. A lot of celebrities go on talk shows and stuff, and they're like, well, how you doing? How are your kids or whatever? Well, my kid just spent $1,000 or whatever on Fortnite. Well, how about you put some parental controls on that console?
I mean, I didn't have obviously times are different, blah, 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 but I don't think I had a cell phone until I was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
I don't think you need until you're middle school, I feel like is the earliest. You know what I mean? And if your kid is stealing your credit card in middle school, like, what are you doing?
Make them swallow their teeth.
Hard, obviously.
Yes.
No one is saying that it's not. But I feel like this is another it's another instance of people wanting to blame others for their problems.
Yeah, it's very simple. These developers go out of their way to give you parental controls
Is it kind of gross? I would say it probably is. Oh, right here. I was wondering. PC Gamer says this PC Gamer. I don't know if I mentioned that. He's Missouri. I was wondering where he was.
Okay. Missouri. So it's like it's one of those things where these developers work really hard to give you parental controls. I know from personal experience that parental controls on Apple devices, like they could lock it down to be like, you can't watch this movie from the iTunes store because we said you can't watch something that's over PG or whatever. Like parental controls are crazy. You can lock it down if you need to. So, oh no, they spent, I get it. If it's an accident, they clicked on it, it was shiny, they hit order now or whatever, and they bought an in-game pack. But you got to jump through a lot of steps to do it. Like, even on my phone, I play Clash of Clans, and every once in a while, like, they do a bundle or whatever, and it's like $2 for all this stuff. I'm like, whatever, sure, I'll give you $2. Yeah. And it's like, I have to click on the store, I have to click on the pack I want, then it opens up the app store, and it's like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And I have to either put in my password or use my fingerprint. So it's like a lot of steps, and I have to choose my form of payment. So it's like a lot of steps, and it's like by the time I hit checkout and I get the thing, like I have, it's put me through enough hoops that I'm like, okay, like I know what I'm doing. And I get it, if kids are just clicking and clacking
Maybe you
and
just have a
stuff, it's just
password
like
on your phone that your kids don't know. That
exactly,
protects your credit card. I don't know.
something. But it's just like, be a parent. I feel like people nowadays, they're like, well, all this money, blah blah blah. Just be a
I
parent.
don't understand how people spend that much money. If you're an adult, I mean that's all on you, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's different. And maybe the underlying thing is parents or adults are spending this type of money on mobile games or loot boxes or whatever, and then they're telling their spouse, "Oh, Timmy did it."
I don't think. I mean, that might happen, but I just don't think Activision is responsible for your children. I don't.
Oh no, not at all.
And they're not responsible for you.
Nope. Just loot boxes. All this stuff isn't gonna make your child a gambler.
I mean, I don't know about that, but maybe it's like you wouldn't take your 5-year-old to a casino.
Yeah.
So if you're worried,
don't let them buy loot boxes.
I don't think a lot of people just don't understand the internet. They don't understand video games. And as someone who does not play mobile games, even the good ones, you're not getting this from someone who is like, oh man, it's ruining my multiplayer games, or it's ruining my mobile games. I think loot boxes can be gross and they can be good, but you don't have to buy them.
Exactly.
And I said, it's. I don't think it is a straightforward topic because it's a lot of money people are spending on, and it might have some kind of effect on children and gambling. I don't know, but ultimately it has to fall down to the people looking after the child. Exactly. Candy Crush and YouTube and Netflix should not be raising your kid.
Nope. Yeah. So, and that just goes back to it's just, it amazes me how many families come in there and they just hand their child an iPad and they just sit there. When it's time to eat, they put up the iPad, but still the parents have a conversation. And I get it. Babysitters are expensive, etc. Insert excuse here. You're on the struggle bus. You're on the struggle train, whatever you want to call it. Don't let technology parent your children. Now, granted, I don't have children. And neither does Ryan.
No.
And
we're not saying parenting is very obviously difficult.
Yeah, But, the fact of the matter is, you chose to make the baby take care of the baby.
If you didn't.
That's true.
Even if
That's
you didn't,
also true.
I don't want to get down into the nitty gritty about being
That's true.
Because we don't
nitty gritty.
That's true. But you got to take care of your kid, obviously.
Take care of your kids, and if your children are spending a lot of money on video games, let us know. Also, tell them to stop it first, and tell them just to subscribe to us on Patreon. Not really though.
Oh yeah, that super active Patreon account, baby.
That's right, baby.
Oh my gosh. Let's move on to some less serious news here. Some Code Vein news coming from GameSpot. It looks like... Hold on. Okay. Almost read that wrong. There's a network test sign up live. You can play the game before launch. How you do this? Okay, it says if you sign up, you'll be able to try out the game prior to launch, obviously. But apparently, okay, so Bandai has not announced when the test will occur, but it will probably occur before the end of May. I am very, very excited about this game.
I thought you were asking me how to do it. And I was like, you just got to go to how to sign up for the thing. You just go to the website and you click on it. And 2, I thought you were going to hate this game.
Really? It's waifu Dark Souls.
I thought the waifu part was what you were going to hate.
Like anime.
I feel like... I know you like anime, buddy.
There's a good way and a bad way to do it.
Okay. I signed up for the trial already. I've been following this game off and on for a while. And I want to play it. I'm excited to play it. So maybe we can play it together on PC. Because I don't want to play this on PS4. Is it not?
No, it's a Souls-like, I think.
Okay. Maybe I'm mistaking this for a different game. But I'm still interested
in it. It's a game where you are... it's Souls-like. It's not... I don't think it's... I could be wrong. Okay, hold on. It says here, as it's a network test, the multiplayer feature will be live, allowing you to play with a friend. Okay, so there is some sort of multiplayer. I wonder if it's like Bloodborne and Dark Souls multiplayer.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there is multiplayer with this
I
game.
was wrong. There's a first time for everything.
It's okay, Ryan. That was your one time you get to be wrong this year. Sorry, you used it now.
Okay, this is really random, but there was a cool Fortnite skin, and I opened up the Epic Store. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this. And then I immediately closed it.
Okay.
True story.
Well, over the skin, I will say I like some of Fortnite
cool
skins.
skins.
So, if you want to check out Code Vein, it's the link to this article is going to be in the description. You can check it out. You can sign up for the beta or the network. Maybe you'll get to play it.
When does this game come out, though? Yeah.
I want to say Amazon says coming December 31st, 2020. So let's just trust Amazon.
Means they don't know, basically.
I agree. I don't
Okay,
think no either. But I'd say with this, open up the wrong thing. I will say with the network test happening, I'd say it's probably going to come out pretty soon.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out for that.
So last week we talked about Valve did their new VR stuff, and this week we got to tell you about the Oculus Quest and the Oculus Rift.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was the same thing.
No, it's not. So thank you to The Verge that told us about this, and pre-orders are open now. This is going to be coming out May 21st. Both headsets will cost $399. That's not. You don't get two headsets.
They'll cost $399 a piece.
Thinking that. Correct. Yes, they are separately $399.
So this is kind of the opposite of the Index, actually.
Yes. So what this is going to be, both headsets are going to be shipping out to 22 countries next month. Well, sorry, this month. And you can pre-order them now, like we said. So what the Quest, what they're calling the Oculus Quest, is going to be a standalone VR headset that Oculus announced, last year. We finally get some more information on it. It's going to work without external tracking cameras or a separate computer.
Really?
Using a Snapdragon mobile chipset. And the Oculus Rift S is going to be a refresh of the 2016 version of the Oculus Rift. But just so they're not calling it a Rift 2. It's an upgrade that replaces the old Rift tracking cameras with obviously newer ones. Neither is a definite must-buy sort of a thing if you already have an Oculus. But it is, if you're looking to get into the VR headspace, maybe you can check out one of these. You can find them obviously all your places: Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, and Microsoft. So if you want to check those out, it's obviously the Rift S will play all the games that your Rift would, and the Quest is going to launch with about 50 new games. They're going to be ported. Many are probably just going to be ported from the Rift to use the new technology that the Quest is going to be using. So some of those are going to be Beat Saber, the action game Moss, the indie shooter Super Hot.
I've never heard of
Tilt Brush.
I've never heard of Tilt Brush.
Me neither, but it sounds like a cool painting game from what the article says. And then along with new games, one that's called Dance Central and another one that's called Vader Immortal.
I think that's a Darth Vader. I mean, it sounds like a Darth Vader game, but I feel like I remember seeing it and that it is some kind of Star Wars game. I may be misspeaking.
It is a Star Wars VR game. It is coming spring 2019, a 3-part series that combines immersive cinematic storytelling with dramatic interactive play. Explore the world of Darth Vader with your Oculus Rift.
Okay, yeah, it is interesting to see the Valve releasing an $800 one and then these two being released that are actually half the cost. So it looks like there's going to continue to be a range of VR from very expensive to somewhat expensive, but kind of affordable.
As much as I hate Sword Art Online, I feel like we're going to the direction of the Nav Gear. Maybe I need to get a VR headset, and maybe I'll have to get one of these cheaper ones because as much as I love Valve, I don't know how much I trust them. They flopped with Artifact, and maybe their VR headset's a flop. So
yeah, I mean, I guess nobody know.
That's true. I might have to check out one of these Oculus though, or maybe PlayStation VR. Who knows? There's so many options now for VR. So many options, which is a good thing.
This next piece of news, if you didn't know, Ghost Recon Breakpoint was announced to come out this October. It's going to be a multiplayer game, but also single player, I believe. I'd recommend going to watch the trailer, although it doesn't tell us a whole lot. It will have John Barenthal in it, if for you Punisher fans out there. But we don't know a whole lot about it. I think it looks cool. It's going to be, I don't know if it'll be shared world or not, but because they already have a shared world shooter in the Division. I'm hearing something in my mic. Here, let me turn down my. Okay, sorry about that. But obviously they do have the Division, so I don't know if it's gonna be shared world or not. But from what I can tell, it's gonna have your progression there will be PvP and co-op, and that progression will carry over from the single player to those. But also, it seems that it's not going to be on not Steam. It won't be on Steam. It's going to be on Epic.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Epic Store. Yeah, so, it's one of those things. I'm sure some people will get the pitchforks and fire ready for October and be like, we wanted it on Steam. So what? Okay, you get to play it on PC with beautiful graphics, great graphics card. Enjoy it. Why are you complaining?
Jordan, you are tearing people down today, man.
I know, it's just one of those days, man. I think just the fact that it's finally set in that I'm leaving and I can just like cut loose. It was a weird day at work yesterday.
It's not an Epic Store exclusive because you can get it on Uplay, which honestly, if I get this, it will probably be on Uplay because I tried to buy something on the Epic Store and it just straight up didn't work. So
I think your bank just hates you.
Terrible, but I don't know whose fault that was. But I mean, that's.
So I think this is cool. I think this is cool. I like the trailer. It has drones in it.
It does have drones in it. It does cool. It has the Punisher in it, so that's cool. But yet again, there's really not a whole lot to say about this. It's coming later this year, and it's not going to be on Steam. The last bit of news for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Sony had their second State of Play, and we have some announcements for you. First on the chopping block, Final Fantasy VII Remake was shown. I don't know what that means. They say there will be more information in June, I believe.
Yeah, they showed us a trailer. I didn't get to watch this. The only thing that I've watched about the State of Play so far is I did watch the re-reveal of Final Fantasy VII for this. Looks awesome. They did say that, hey, this is like just testing. It's nothing is final, but it looks great. Another game that I never really played, Medieval Remake, gets a release date. It's going to be coming out on PS4 on October 25th. The only reason I know who this little guy is, the skeleton knight man that protects somebody, I'm sure.
Sir because Daniel Fortescue, if I remember correctly.
Yes. The only reason I know him is because he was in PlayStation All-Stars, and that's the only reason I know that
I never played it. I played Spyro and Crash. I never played Medieval. I know a lot of people did, and say they like it, so good for them, I suppose. Monster Hunter World Iceborne is a new expansion coming out. It's going to be out on September the 6th for PS4, Xbox One, and a PC release date sometime this winter. I did not like Monster Hunter World, but I know a lot of people did. So,
yeah, there's apparently still some people playing it. So
oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people like playing these shared world games for years.
Exactly, that's true. A game that looks pretty interesting, Predator Hunting Grounds, is coming out in 2020.
It's what's it called? It's like Evolve.
Yeah. So it's going to be a multiplayer experience where obviously you get to play with a group of obviously friends or random people if you want to do that too, and you'll get to one group of players will be able to play as the fire team, and another player will be able to play as the Predator. So that'll be pretty interesting.
It was interesting. It is interesting, excuse me, but Evolve was also interesting, and that game flopped like nobody know.
Yeah, it might be terrible. Who knows? I'll have to watch a little more gameplay or something on it.
They released basically nothing. They just released the name.
Yeah,
man, we're getting a Predator game and a John Wick game.
There you go. Oh, that's a fight I want to see. I want to see John Wick fight a
Oh,
Predator.
man, that's probably gonna be in a comic book.
Dude, that'd be sweet. I mean, Archie went against a Predator and kind of
exactly.
won.
I would love to see
So-
Predator versus John Wick. That would actually be kind of cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. I mean, Batman fought a Predator. Why can't John Wick? Gosh, that'd be awesome. So,
And then finally we have River Bonds. What's it called? River Bond. It's just called River Bond. Oh my gosh.
Yep. River Bond. Riverdale.
River Bond.
No, it's
going to be a dungeon crawler,
right.
4-player co-op, and it's going to include cameos from games such as Shovel Knight, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, and Guacamelee. So, yeah, check that out if you're looking for something to play with some friends. And then finally, they released this dope PS4 that's coming out called the Days of Play Limited Edition PlayStation 4. It's like silver, kind of, with the PlayStation symbols on it. It looks really cool.
that made me drool a little bit when I saw that. I was like, oh, I don't need another PS4, but that one is.
Yeah, I mean, I
sexy.
would rather have the 20th anniversary one. I'm assuming something
Oh,
similar
that's a
can
good
happen to
one,
this
too.
because it is limited edition. It'll sell out, and then it'll be on eBay for thousands of dollars.
Scalpers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's it, though.
man. That's it. That's
Oh,
all
man,
of it.
that was a
That's all
long
of it.
one.
That was a long one. We will say that if this one's a little different, it's because there was a lot of chopping. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If it's a little different, it's because, there's a lot of cutting. I just want to be transparent with you. So,
There kept being noises
that's all.
and stuff.
Yeah, there kept being noises, stuff, Sometimes one of us would have a stroke and the other one would have an aneurysm. It just, I now that I said that out loud, I'm thinking that maybe a stroke and an aneurysm might be the same thing. If you're in the medical field, let me know. Okay. Well, thank you. So, before I make any more of a fool of myself, because Ryan is clearly much cooler than I am.
I'm losing my
We have a
mind
Discord.
over here. I don't know about you.
I am too. I am slowly slipping into the abyss. As I almost uncontrollably
Dark down here,
laugh
so
and cry.
you might want to bring some night vision goggles.
We have a Discord. You're more than welcome to join it if you'd like. It's going to be in the description. We appreciate everyone that subscribed and rated us on the show. Share it with your friends. Maybe not this episode. Maybe a different episode.
Maybe one where we're actually sane,
Exactly, yeah. I'm definitely going a little insane on this episode. If you want to reach out to the podcast, you can. And as I forget how to speak, Wanna Be Podcast on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at @Swaylock. You can follow Ryan on Twitter at Ryan Divisions. Our Instagram is at Wannabe Gaming. You can email the show, wannabepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you to the Heatley brothers for our music, Alicia for our artwork, and I think that's it and everything.
Apparently there's a new Pokemon game coming, mobile game.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know about that when we have more information. So, as always, stay safe and play on.
If you're into a cat vomits, do this every day. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. Bye.